too. I learned a lot of things. I've been doing me, I've been doing okay. Come fuck with me, be my Beyonce. Know you love me, but girl, you're crazy. She's so crazy.
All right, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Let's Help You Grow Now, because I'm here to help you grow now. I'm finna do a reaction to Frank Ocean, creative advice, protecting your energy, and how to finish projects. My bad, you guys.
Ocean. I don't know. You kind of just gotta wait and see. We'll see how it trickles into the music and the final product. I can't say much other than that.
Make sure y'all check the links in my description if you want to grow right now.
And the final product. I can't say much other than that.
Album of the year. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just glad people received it, because
I absolutely did.
I want to show you a tweet from Kimbra. It says,
with the current state of social media and possibilities for instant communication, there's a real pressure for artists to share their ideas as quickly as they come into our heads. But despite the many opportunities that this kind of behavior can offer, we all have to ask ourselves a question at some stage: how is all this externalization affecting the creative work itself? In this video, we're going to be looking at the model of Frank Ocean, breaking down how his elusive attitude towards sharing informs his creative process, investigating concepts around self-ownership and artistic independence, and finding ways that we ourselves might manage our ideas and projects more successfully.
You know, Frank Ocean, boy, he independent. He finessed the game, though. See, y'all niggas, some of y'all niggas, man, you gonna volunteer to get finessed. You ain't gonna try to see, okay, shit, they trying to sign me, so let me see if I can, make this move right here. No, nigga, you ready to go goddamn suck some, like you ready. You volunteering. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even ask you, bro. You volunteering. So,
This following discussion looks at issues all artists have to position themselves against in some form. So if anything comes up for you, be sure to let us know in the comments below. This is Creative Minds, and thanks for watching.
Let me feel the way I do.
to protect the creator.
Give any hints? No, I'm not that. Nope, I'm not doing that. I'm just, if it goes well, I'll call you and be like, yeah, it went well, and then I might tell you.
Now, in a moment, I want to jump into a magazine interview of Frank, looking at his direct experiences around the sharing of ideas. But first, I think it's important to establish his artist's foundation in independence and the inherent link he places between complete self-ownership and doing his best work.
I don't know if it's about me, but I think just creativity in general, just doing what you want is so important. Doing what you...
Like, I make any type of music I make, bro. Like, I was talking with someone and it was like, yeah, I could tell that you just go in the studio, you make whatever you want. Like, and I feel like that's the best. When you can just make what you want to make. You feel me? Sound how you feel like you sound. Instead of somebody telling you what to do.
Feel is right, and what connects with you is important. And I know that might be, cliche, trite, corny, sappy, whatever you want to say. But, one of the coolest things about what I'm experiencing right now, as far as people responding to the songs I wrote and what I decided to do, is that it really is me. It's so when people say they put it, it's like they put me, and that feels cool.
Frank obviously values that relationship.
Now, what he say is really what? Is really me. Meaning, nigga, this is me. Like, this is me. No matter what you say, it's me. Like, I ain't trying to be like nobody else. I ain't sounding like nobody else, et cetera, et cetera. Like, this is me. You feel me?
Between his identity and his work very closely, and he exercises and protects that relationship by maintaining a tight creative control over every aspect of his projects.
I never let a friend about the shoot the B-roll. Never ask advice from him, because what could he know?
As artists in 2023, we're empowered by technology to choreograph all aspects of our output. This ability to construct image can be a double-edged sword for some, but looking back, we can very much place Frank in a generation of young artists who found their independence and creative control through the new tools of production and distribution.
I think we all change each other's paths, you know. They've liberated my thinking in some ways, creatively, and in a sense of knowing that you can do a lot of it by yourself, you know, not just the songs, but just taking control of your whole movement.
Bro, and most of you artists, bro, folks, some artists, they be like, some of y'all be like, oh, I can't do it by myself, or you can't do it by yourself. Bro, yes, you can, bro. I don't know who the hell is telling y'all this stuff. Yes, you can. Like, yes, you can. Stop believing the hype. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all looking for somebody to tell you. How you gonna let me tell you your next move? Like, you feel me? I mean, I can give you an opinion. I can get, but you want me to 100% tell you. Now, mind you, I'll tell you what to do next. You just got to sign up for my Let's Help You Grow Now program. You feel me? It's just $50. The starting rate is $50 a month. That ain't nothing. Y'all spend that on, gas, women, just regular stuff. So why not spend that $50 to something that's gonna actually help you? I promise you, the next 6 months, because I know majority of you guys, you're not making any money from your music, and that's okay. I started off like that as well. I started taking music seriously in 2017, so I probably went like a good 2 years without seeing anything really 3 years. Yeah, I went like a good 3 years without seeing anything that was like, okay, yeah, this is, so I went a good 3 years. But it's time for you to actually start learning things though. It's time for you to start taking this stuff serious. It's like, stop acting like you need somebody. Yeah, you're gonna need somebody. If you do need somebody, it's gonna be along the way. It's not gonna be right now. You don't need nobody right now. You don't even got nothing going on for real. You feel me? You don't got nothing going on to the point where you need extra management. Like, why would you need extra management and only 100 people listening to your music? it just doesn't make any sense. And mind you, closed mouth don't get fed, and it's okay to ask for help. But when you're literally asking for help, far as me to hold your hand, that's when it becomes a problem. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's the only time it becomes a problem. But I'll hold your hand though. Just join my Let's Help You Grow Now program, and I'll hold your hand. I don't care.
15 when I first met Donut. 5 years later, our label did me on it. I started an empire.
As artists, it's interesting to look at examples of success and to try and build our own mini empires based on online presence and distribution. But for many, this constant need to create both the main artistic output and a range of content to support it can lead to a problematic relationship between externalization and doing our best creative work. Here we see Frank as someone who protects their creative process as well as anyone out there. When I worked on my first project, Nostalgia Ultra, Frank says, I hardly told anyone. Even people I was working with at the time didn't know about it. There's something that happens when you say what you're doing before it's done, and most of it is not positive. You're accountable for that version that you talk about, when it very well may undergo change. It's usually better for me to make what I make, put it out or don't, and then talk about it freely. Now, this sentiment that Frank is expressing is definitely something I've felt in my own work. But what exactly are we losing when we share our ideas with others in person?
How should we manage sharing ideas with others?
I want to pull up an interview of UK rapper and all-around prolific artistic force, Little Sims.
And I want to work on new music, and I want to just lock myself away and just create. It's cool to start projects knowing that you're going in to start a project, but also not putting too much stress on it. Like, just go and get out whatever you want to say. Don't focus on necessarily what you want the album to be or how many songs or the name of it, or just say what you want to say. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the fun part where you just go and have fun.
Yeah, just have fun, bro. Y'all be thinking about it too hard. Like, you feel me? First thing you gonna say is you gonna shoot a nigga up. I get it, I get it. But you don't have to say that, okay? You don't have to do all that. Now, if that's really what you about and that's really you, like Frank Ocean said in the beginning, then go for it. But other than that, and look, if y'all need help coming up with an idea for your project, surrounding your project, et cetera, let me know. I'm good for that. I give you the whole rollout plan, the whole marketing plan. You feel me?
Just bang on the drums, or I just grab a mic and just freestyle, and you know what I'm saying?
Sims, the beauty of starting a new project is the freedom and openness of that creative space. And when we tell people what we're doing before we've done it, we are limiting the space for our art to be discovered and transformed throughout the process of creation. Now, looking back to Frank, we can see how his elusive approach allows him to protect that space for his art and himself, shirking expectations around exactly who he is and what he's doing.
Most people have a hard time predicting where I might be or what I might be doing if I'm not in the studio. Like, I could be doing, monkey form by the beach. I could be doing indoor rock climbing. I could be reading.
So we've seen how Frank manages his creative.
Yeah, keeping that mysterious. And that's just because Frank is a Scorpio like myself. Like, we're very mysterious. Like, you won't know what we're doing unless we tell you. And even if we tell you, we could be lying. We could be doing something totally else. So that's something I really like about myself. Well, I like being a Scorpio.
Base by staying off the map of online media, but with the extent of secrecy he holds over his process, I feel like there's something else going on here too. I'm working with a string arranger right now in Rio, Frank says, and every time we go back and forth, because I don't put things on the internet, I have to send a drive with someone to Rio, or I have to go myself. Now, when you're Frank Ocean, obviously there are practical concerns around leaks when sharing your work. But reading this, I wonder if we're witnessing something beyond rational protection and moving towards the fetishization of his creative process. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily see this as a negative thing. Artistic ideas have to exist in some special realm, and perhaps a lesson we can all take away here for our own practice is that the closer you protect them, the more forceful and motivating they can become, providing us with that energy we need to push through a project.
Nostalgia Ultra. Making that was a labor of love. It was like difficult, to make, not like writing the songs or arranging the songs. I mean, that had a level of difficulty too, but just piecing together all the resources to do it, at the level that I wanted to, like the quality of record I wanted to make, and not really know how to make beats and not really know how to engineer like that. And really only being a singer-songwriter at the end of the day, it was difficult. That had a level of difficulty.
Here we recognize again the deep level of creative control Frank holds over his projects. And in this final section, I want to take a step back and look at the necessary confidence that sits behind that and how we can all develop more trust in our creative talent and instincts.
I guess that project really, as I'm making this new record, it's like like reminder that you can do it. You can do a body of work, and you can complete an idea and finish. A lot of people can't finish.
Yeah.
Frank's journey with Nostalgia Ultra demonstrates how we grow our own positive relationships with self-drive and creative confidence. Frank builds stories of success behind him and uses those to gather momentum and self-belief. Here we see him doing it with an album, but before that, we can imagine this process occurred many times over. Finishing a verse became finishing a chorus. The chorus became a song demo, and so on and so forth. As artists and people, it's easy for us to focus on the negative things around our work and our creative shortcomings. But here we learn the power of remembering and collecting the small wins, knowing that our larger future goals were only many of those same actions linked together. My demons were about finishing, writes Stephen Pressfield, a novelist who discusses a creative practice. Until then, I'd gotten to the 99-yard line on every project and compulsively blown them all up. I couldn't get to the end. But the good news is, once you finish, even one time, you'll never have trouble finishing again.
Yeah.
Coming to a close now, I want to take a look at one final tool that we can all look to build more confidence and internal momentum for our work. But just before we get into that, a quick note to say that if you're getting value from these videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and consider dropping a like down below. Okay, enough meanderings. And to introduce this final concept, we're going to jump into some words now from Steve Lacy, an artist I'm looking to feature further on the channel.
I found like a new confidence in music, that without ego though. This confidence of my love for something. I was like, I could be confident because I'm someone who loves music. I'm a person that will be doing this regardless of the #1, regardless of the Grammy nominations. I will still be in the studio making music. That's just what I do.
Here we see a foundational piece to artistic confidence that's available to all of us. Lacey finds this through a commitment to the art itself, as opposed to the approval structures that might or might not come from the output of its work. As artists living inside a market-driven society, these foundational commitments can offer us the freedom to move in directions that might feel true to us, but not look to represent huge financial value or approval. At the end of it all, when it comes to building projects, the final word always has to come with us. It's us who remain responsible for maintaining standards and deciding what defines success from our creative output.
If I could do anything, from today, not even looking at it in years, but today on, it's just really about trying to do whatever it is I do at a level of excellence. And that's really all I'm trying to do while I'm here.
That's it from me for part 1 of this series. But as I've said before, I really want these videos to be more discussion starters and personal essays. So if you have any thoughts on the content that's being looked at here, I invite you to share your stories or responses in the comments below. As we play out, we're going to listen to some music that's been supplied by artists from this community, and you'll find links in the description to their work, along with information of how to send over your own music if you'd like the opportunity to get involved. Now, with that said, thanks so much.
All right, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. You heard the information. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. How do you create? Like, what is your creative advice? Your any projects you working on, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all can comment it below.